Köszönöm szépen, Sándor atya. Thank you very much, Father Sándor.
You have to translate now.
Well, that might take a while. He basically said the same thing as in the two testimonials before, and as in what Father Bagan said. The essence of it is that in the bad side of what happened, we have the good side. We have met each other. We have shared our experiences. And then we have to keep on praying and trusting God. One of the testimonials on the schedule is St Emeric's. So I'm going to talk to you a little bit about it. Our story is much the same as all the appealing churches. So you have to remember appealing because there were 58 closed, but only a handful which are appealing. They were each one being different in its own right, but the same in that they all met the three requirements outlined by the bishop to be able to stay open: lack of priests, inadequate funds, and insufficient parishioners. Our appeal process was started by our pastor, Father Sándor Siklódi, whom you just met, our appeal procurator, Miki Peller, and a group of church individuals who first filed an initial appeal on October 8th of 2007. I have a lot of information here on the appeal, but I believe this is going to be on the web or YouTube, so if you need to know details about the filing, just consult that rather than listening to that here. After the appeals or during that, it's at this point that our story becomes a bit different than the rest. Early in 2009, after listening to the bishop's letter in March, parishioners heard that when a parish closes, the assets of the parish will go to the diocese. We also heard that the parish's money would not be able to be used for an appeal. At this time, a 501c3 corporation was formed to financially assist in all services, including legal, to defend against the closing of St Emeric Church. By mid-May, with reservations about the success of the appeal, the small group in the corporation started to interview parishioners to find out about various scenarios should the bishop succeed in closing us. During our final meeting before the closing, the parishioners supported the concept that we all soon meet after the closing to try to stay together. Here, the second part of the corporation's mission statement came into play. With the help of the Holy Spirit, the organization seeks to aid in the continuation of the spiritual life and activities of parishioners and in the preservation of their Hungarian culture and heritage. The non-profit called Templomőrző investigated many possibilities. Finally, at St. Coleman's, initial consultation with the pastor, Father Robert Bagan, allowed us to feel that we were welcome to worship in his church in our own language. This has not changed to the present day. We had our own Mass there on July 25th, 2010. Almost everyone who had a role here in the Mass at St Emeric's came over and has a role in the Mass at St Coleman's. The Mass at that time was especially poignant because so many of the parishioners came together. As Father Sándor said, the small little St Emeric group, and indeed we are small but sturdy. So our St Emeric pastor, Father Siklódi, was also present on that July 25th day. His presence showed us so much fortitude. An additional pain, as you know, is that he was forbidden to exercise his priestly duties in the diocese, even with the shortage of priests about which the bishop continually spoke. In the meantime, as has been experienced by other closed churches, St. Emeric parishioners have been standing vigil now for 1 solid year, each Sunday, in front of the church during the time Mass was scheduled previously. This also is a weekly reminder of our plight. We went through the same sadness and disbelief that the other churches experienced, but somehow our continuation of Catholic worship with Father Bagan started and continues to ameliorate or lessen the pain associated with the loss of our church building. We don't have numbers or statistics on how many of the parishioners are no longer with us. What we do know is that rarely does a former parishioner who lives out of town now come to hear Hungarian Mass. We know of several persons who now attend Lutheran services. We know of those who do not attend Mass at all, or perhaps only the 2 Masses at St. Coleman's. Is the so-called vibrancy issue so much more important than the nurturing of the faith of these people? And so we continue to pray and hope that the appeal will rule in our favor so that we can move back into our home. We also continue to hope and pray that the hierarchy in the Vatican become attuned to the happenings in the real Catholic world.